Hola Geminis, it's Tarot by Tess with your person you're dealing with reading. Right, so we're going to start with fire, then go to earth, air, and water. Right, so Geminis, if you're dealing with a fire sign, let's see what's going on with them. Okay, first we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So let's get some more just to see the context. Okay, the Eight of Cups, you have two eights. They're both reversed, okay? So I get the feeling this person, okay, well, I have two scenarios and they both apply. They could have lost a job and it wasn't of their own choosing, okay? But I also have really not putting in the work, but also not leaving. So I see somebody's not putting in the work to leave. They feel trapped. And when you have eights, that's talking about tweaking the way you think about something. So they really need to change their thoughts. Now, keep in mind that these energies can switch. This could be you coming out. I feel like somebody's not putting in the work, either in a relationship they're already in or with you. And it could be that they're not putting in the work with you because there was someone else and they can't leave or don't want to leave. They feel like they already found their ninth cup. And the last one is the Queen of Wands, okay? So this could be the fire sign you're dealing with, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I'm seeing that it looks like they're pretty content. This person, they feel like this person is good for them, whomever it is they're with. I want to do a little clarification. Okay. So the Eight of Cups reversed is clarified by Two of Cups reversed. This is telling me that they probably have turned you down because they're sticking with the person they're with, okay? And the Two of Cups came up for me in the throne of the Queen of Wands because you have the two lions with the, whatever that's called in the middle. Can't even remember what it's called anymore. That's what Two of Cups normally has in the middle. Now, it could also be that this marriage is done. Let's just say it is. Or a relationship. I don't know why I'm saying marriage. I guess because I see her as a wife. But let's say the relationship is done. They're not leaving yet, even though it's over. Okay? I feel like some kind of a contract will end, but that could be job related as well. Okay, why is the Queen of Wands here? The Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, you saw it flip, so it wanted to come out in reverse. It just took it a second. So this person has no plans. Well, no plans of really coming back into your life. He's really bad in reverse, so he could, if he does come back into your life, be ready for him to leave again, or she. Apply the gender how you can. This person's not going to leave their main relationship. That's what I'm seeing. Doesn't matter if they're not happy, if they're not putting in work in it anymore, they're just not going to leave. But they are going to go ahead and keep seeing other people. And you may have been one of them. Okay. All right, Geminis, let's see what's going on with the person you're dealing with if you're dealing with an earth sign. I've got to adjust this microphone. I just hit it a minute ago. Okay. So Geminis, I see Chariot, so that may have something to do with it. You're dealing with an earth sign. Let's see what's going on there. They have Cancer in their chart. That's the case. You want to watch the water sign video part 2. Okay. Geminis are dealing with an earth sign. What's going on there? Okay. Okay, that one wanted to come out. The King of Swords. Wow. This could be your energy showing up. But this does correspond to Capricorn. So there's a possibility you're dealing with a Capricorn. What's with these people cards? I mean, this is going to represent the person just because it's upright. So it has to be a person. But they may be very closed off with their feelings. Ten of Swords. Ooh. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, something flipped over. Let's see where it is. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So with this Earth sign, I feel like it's over. This person's thinking very logically about it. You also as well, depending on how this relationship ended or began. Because you've only met this person once or twice, and then you just knew it wasn't going to be meant to be, I guess is what I meant to say, but not in that exact way. I'm seeing it's going to be missed. And that's because maybe you tried everything, or they tried everything, and it's just not happening. Because this is not a right and stable path. I mean, you have the 10 of freaking swords. So this person, or you, depending on who's who, is willing to stab somebody in the back. Okay, so that's why it's not working out. Let's do some clarifications. If somebody's very cold-hearted. It could be they feel cold-hearted towards you, or you feel cold-hearted towards them because they've done something so many times. They just keep missing out on a chance with you. Or you them. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, they are held back. Mm-hmm. Could have been at least 4 times that there was a rejection or a withholding. Wow. Magician. Five of Wands. This person knows exactly what they're doing. They could be doing some of this as a way to gain control or have control. The thing is, the communication isn't a problem. I mean, yeah, you confuse things once in a while. So we have crossed wires with the Five of Wands, but it's nothing big. Now, one of you could feel like you were overwhelmed by communication. And so this person held back, and they're just missing phone calls. They're missing communication in general. And they know what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose. Okay. All right, let's move on to Geminis who are dealing with air signs. All right. What's going on with the person Gemini's dealing with if they are an air sign? A fellow air sign. I love it when the elements... I mean, granted, everybody's different, but like I personally am a Cancer. And God help me if I ever date a Pisces ever again. But I like water signs. I'd probably date another Cancer or Scorpio. Okay. So if you're dealing with an air sign, you have 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So you're trying to see where something's going. This must be a relatively new relationship or a new connection. And it looks like it's rapidly going downhill because then all of a sudden we're the 5 of Pentacles. So we lost 2 Pentacles. It's like somebody was juggling those 2 Pentacles and they dropped them both. See, this one's on the ground. Okay, it's not coming from the ground, it fell. So it's like it was ripe and ready and somebody wasn't ready to handle it. And all of a sudden they found themselves cut off. And they're waiting again. Somebody is just waiting for you, because you're an air sign, or you're waiting for another air sign to like let you in. I keep getting that, knock, let me in, not by the hair, chinny chin chin. So we have the High Priestess next. Okay. Lots of waiting, lots of holding back with a fellow air sign. And then you have the 8 of Cups in reverse. I feel like somebody can't move on and somebody came back, or they will. I don't know if this is you or them because you're both air signs. I do feel like you're reserved though, because the High Priestess is here. There's some kind of a revelation that you're needing. You're trying to investigate, but you keep finding things and it's leaving you cut out and cut off. Wait, wrong deck. All right, let's see what's going on. Gemini is dealing with an air sign. What exactly? This person could be waiting on you to let them in though. But it's supposed to be them, but you know how energies flip. Okay, so why is this 7 of Pentacles here? What is being waited on? Eight of Wands in reverse. Somebody's not communicating. You're waiting on no communication. So what I'm seeing is you're waiting and you're not going to get the communication you're looking for. We have Eight of Wands and Eight of Cups both in reverse. Somebody wants somebody to come back, but I don't think it's happening. And they're waiting around. Five of Pentacles. Four of Wands reversed. So both of these tell me no house or lack of stability, lack of refuge. Okay? Because that's a shelter. So somebody is not somebody you can go to, or they feel like they cannot come to you. Either way, a line has been drawn. Okay. Okay, for the Hangman and the High Priestess, we have the Wheel. Oh, Judgment, sorry. There is a revelation. Somebody needs to see something. And be that something's finally going to dawn on you or them that this isn't going anywhere. It is a card of second chances. I will say that. We do have the Eight of Cups reversed saying somebody come back. So I feel like you're waiting on nothing though. That's what I'm seeing here. That could have been in the past and then it changes. But let's go ahead and find out. Oh, okay. Let's see. King of Cups in reverse. Not a really good card. I don't like any of the kings in reverse. This is not expressing emotion, not being forthright with how they feel, or, oh yeah, they're running from emotion. So usually with the Eight of Cups, what you have here is somebody who's going out to find their calling, okay, or find that great inspiration or idea or true love. It's in reverse. So they either feel like they haven't found it, or they feel like they already found it and they don't need to go out looking anymore. If you've had a relationship with this person, like maybe even currently, there is a possibility that, there's not a lot of communication between you guys because you're the mistress, so to speak. Thought it was the Wheel of Fortune, though. That's funny. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Somebody has a final judgment, and it's not going in your favor. Or theirs, depending on how it is. I feel like the situation is not changing. It's just a whole bunch of stagnation. Somebody can't move on. Somebody's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And that's all I'm getting. So advice is not to wait. Let's see if the cards agree. Page of Cups. Okay. So it looks like there could be a water sign coming in who is forthright with their emotions. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's definitely watch the water sign one, which is coming up next, actually. Okay. Hopefully it's not the King of Cups reversed. All right. Gemini is dealing with a water sign. What's going on with the person Geminis are dealing with? If that person should be a water sign. Let's really shuffle that up. We don't want those cards. No more waiting, Geminis. And if somebody's waiting on you, set them free. Okay, so if you're dealing with a water sign, Geminis, let's see what's going on with this person. Four of Wands reversed. That came out with the fellow air sign. So you'd be showing up in this reading since it came out twice. The Ten of Wands. Okay. And I feel like this person's working really hard. Yeah. They're working really hard because they have lost a contract or they have lost, been going through a divorce. And it looks like they could have also been given a promotion. They're making things happen, but it's a lot. And what's the point of having a really good position if you just work yourself to death? So let's see what else is going on here. If they're in a relationship, it's definitely on the rocks. They're trying to fix it, though. They really are. They're putting in the effort. Possibly with a fire sign, because these are all fire cards. So if you're interested in a water sign, they're probably interested in a fire sign. They're really trying to make it work. All right, why is the Four of Wands reversed here? The Sun reversed, yeah. They're not celebrating, they're not happy. And I feel like this is going to come out. It could be the end of a relationship or a marriage. The Hermit reversed. It could be they're having to go through a lesson. They feel like they could reconcile with you. Right now, they've been just in isolation. Now, they're going to try and come out, okay? They're going to come out of that hermit mode because it's reversed. They're going to be a little shy about it because they're hiding their face. Because they've gone through a lot. The Eight of Swords reversed. Yeah, they're coming out of that. They used every skill they ever had, everything they've ever learned, all those tens of wands they had to do, every burden, and they got it out. Or they will get out. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups. They're going to get everything they want. So, but they're having to work really hard. If it's a work, they have a lot. If it's a relationship, they're trying to save it. Doesn't look like it's going to be saved. Okay. All right, Geminis, good luck. And hasta luego.